Hi there and welcome to the optical solutions demo for the latest InfiRay gear. We've got spotters, scopes, all manner of thermal equipment. If you're interested in thermal, this is the place to be. Let's kick things off with the entry-level InfiRay units. We've got the E2N and the E3N. Very impressed with both. I've reviewed both units side by side. It wasn't till quite a way into the review that I actually realised this has a smaller sensor than this unit. You don't notice initially. On closer inspection, after you use it a little while, this one there's a little bit more detail, there's a little bit more reach to it. But this is a great product for the price. So the primary difference, this one has a slightly smaller lens, slightly smaller sensor. This one, larger lens and larger sensor. This is great, rimfire ranges, that sort of distance, perfect. It's really nice, really bright. Great field of view. This unit, same with the field of view, just a little bit more clarity. Has a little bit more reach. If you're going for ID rather than, say, straight detection, you'd probably go for this unit. But both are equally good, I think. Ideal choices for the beginner. Great for rimfire range and generally a great little backup thermal. Now let's have a look at the medium range. Upgrading to the medium units, we've got these two. The E3 Plus and the E3 Max. Primary difference, much larger lenses on both. You've got a lot more reach, you can ID things further out, and that's the primary advantage with them. More clarity, more reach essentially. For this one, this is my favourite, the E3 Plus. All the Plus units in the InfiRay range are my favourites. They have the widest field of view by quite a way. If you're shooting at close range or in woods, you're covering smaller areas, you do need a little bit more field of view. This one has more reach. If you're shooting over large expanses of land, you really have to reach out a bit of a distance. A great choice, but a little bit tighter, a little bit tighter. Final trick that these two units have, built-in recording, so you can actually record your adventures while you're out and about. Great units, great choices. It's either field of view or extended reach. Let's move on to the high-end units, the 640 sensors. Okay, we're moving on to the big boys. This is the 640 sensor setup for both these units. We've got the E6 Plus and the E6 Pro. Similar kind of format to the previous mid-range units. Primary difference, lens size. This one, extended range, great for IDing at longer distances. This, again, my favourite in the Plus series, perfect for closer range stuff. 640 sensor, much sharper, much clearer. They're a big upgrade, but they're worth it. Long range, perfection. This one, a little bit closer in. Now we're moving up to a bit of a, well, holy grail as far as thermal goes. This is the FH25R. There's two versions in the range. There's the high resolution 640 and the lower resolution 384 unit. This is the higher of the two. Built-in laser range finding. It's a perfect little tool to put in your pocket if you need a little bit of backup for your binos, if you're going deer stalking and you want a direction of travel. Great little unit. You've got it in your pocket, bang it out, spot the deer, range it, get ready for your shot. It's tiny and a really, really nice picture for its size. Very, very impressive unit. Okay, if you're looking to turn a traditional day scope setup into thermal, this is the clip. It's a great solution. Simply, you just pop that on there, throw the switch, power up, and you've got thermal on your existing setup. It's a great little unit, 384 sensor, no recording. It's basically plug and play for thermal, and as you can see, simple as that, just add on and take off. No impact on your point of aim, it just goes straight on the scope, works a treat. You will need a scope that will go down to sort of 2.53 mag. You do need fairly low magnification to make these things work, but if you've been out deer stalking in the day and you fancy a bit of foxing in the evening, simple as that. Just pop that on, flick the switch, power up, and you're good to go. Got two slightly more unusual bits of kit here. We've got the CL19, which is head-mounted thermal unit. You kind of have it one of the military-style hats, tip up, tip down, and gives you thermal. Unusual, definitely. Nice little iris there, so you can protect the lens. Plain, simple, but hands-free thermal. Interesting piece of kit. This, a little bit more different. This is the CML25. This one is scope mounted, a bit like the larger one, the clip we saw earlier. Goes on a day scope. You will need a scope that will do at least 2 mag minimum. You can't have too much magnification, but anything that's 1.5, 2 mag, perfect. Again, nice little iris, instant bolt-on thermal. And now we're moving on to the SCT35. There's actually 4 scopes in this family, same sort of body shape, different lenses and so on. With this one you get the 12 micron sensor, so you've got a little bit more reach, a little bit more magnification, built-in video and audio recording, and you've also got Wi-Fi connectivity to the app. So yeah, it's an interesting piece of kit. Okay, so let's move on to the flagship in the iray range, and this is the Ricoh. And here we have the Ricoh. It's the kind of flagship in the iray range. It's their take on the kind of military spec thermal. 50mm and 42mm lens, basically all singing, all dancing. It does video recording, and you've also got audio. Links to the apps, there's Wi-Fi connectivity with it. It's a nice heavy duty kind of military spec piece of kit. One of the nice features, these little removable batteries. Always take one out in the field as a spare. You run a little bit short on power, bang it in and you're good to go. One of the main things about this is Picatinny rail on the side, and that is for the optional laser rangefinder. So you can plug that in, talks to the scope directly, so you can range targets in the field and take your shots. It's an impressive piece of kit.